So I have made a blog post as well. You can hit there and copy paste all the commands with me and you can follow along. It is going to be much easier that way. So finally, after struggling for 2 days, I have managed to set up a NAS server on my Raspberry Pi. The good thing is that it is currently working with every device that I have, whether it is iOS, iPad, Mac, Windows, or Linux. So earlier I was having trouble getting it to work with my iPhone and iPad, but eventually I figured out what I was doing wrong, and it was really a tough journey for me. So I recorded this video while I was trying to get things to work. I wasn't really expecting much, but luckily everything fell in place and everything is working now. So I would like to share the entire process with you and you can follow along with me. Since I have installed Samba multiple times earlier, I would definitely like to give it a fresh start, and I would like to start by uninstalling the Samba installations and starting all over again. So we'll just go ahead and uninstall it first, then install it, and we'll just move on to my system now. I am already here with my VNC and I'll just log in. It's on my other screen. I want to remember the password. Okay, so I have logged in to this system. So now I am uninstalling every Samba package that I had installed because I do not want any traces of it, any configuration file, nothing that I was doing, because even I don't know what I was doing back then. So I want to give it a fresh start and set it up all over again. I want to remove every package and make sure that everything is gone. Oh, AppCat doesn't work. It works here. Yep. Samba common bin, everything is gone. That sounds good. And we'll reinstall everything. Okay. Now we'll move on to installing the Samba server and Avahi daemon. So Avahi daemon is basically to set up the time machine, which it tells the Apple systems that, hey, I'm time machine, treat me like one. So if you are not willing to have that time machine functionality down the road, it's perfectly fine. You can just skip that part and install Samba only. We'll go ahead with installing Samba. I don't think I need to update anything. So I have a thumb drive. I have a 32 GB thumb drive attached to it. If this thing works fine, I'll just maybe put a 1 TB hard drive there. But it should be working. Come on, be fast. Now we'll set up the folders that we are going to share on our network. So I'm going to use the location mount because I have already screwed up media quite a few times, so I don't want to use it. So we'll just use mount this time and add more drives to it if needed in the future. Media. Okay, now it should show here. I don't know, I think I have already screwed up media quite a lot. I don't want to use it. I will use mount. It's not shows up in mount too. Yep, it does. Okay, and now that we have installed Samba on our Pi, we'll move on to adding the user and adding the password for the Samba user. And we'll figure out what our device ID is. And then we'll configure the Samba according to it. And it says that copying files from home, creating home directory for us. Okay. I think I have so many users here in the home directory now. Let's see. How many users do I have? Brass machine. Thank God we only have. And what is this? This is me by. Okay, we don't have much. Okay, so this is going to be the password for. I'm not going to put in any other information. Yes. And this created a user in our Linux system. And now we'll create a password for this user in our Samba. Okay, so this user has been added to our Samba server. Now I want to give this user the rights to own this mount point. Chown recursive. Is that correct? Now we'll go to the config. Okay, now I've unmounted it, so we should mount it again. Now it should show up there. Better to avoid the confusion. Yeah, it does. It shows up here. Now we'll head on to configuring our Samba file. It's not tough, it's pretty easy. You just need to copy and paste everything there. Make sure that you put in correct path for your pen drive. That's it. That's all there is to it. Come on, yeah. Now this sounds good. This looks perfect. This is how it should look. So I already have everything set up here. You only have to go to the end of it and come on. This looks better. I wasn't able to see what was there. Okay, so we have pasted here. We are using VFS Fruits. I have tried this thing earlier, but this just doesn't work. Let's see if things are any different this time. And we'll Does it look okay? It looks okay. Read only. Oh, I can make it browsable and writable too, but we leave it as it is for now. And it's Control O. For Mac it is Control O. For Windows it is Control O. It's just the same. And then Control X to exit. Okay, now we are going to test our configuration. So this is yes. Everything shows up here just right. I think it should work now. It looks as it should. Restarting the service. Okay, we'll try to hit it from Windows. So I think Raspberry Pi it shows. Here, is it this one? Yes, it should be the backups. Oh, now it's asking me. Let's see, Pi. No, it is the older one. So my user is Rasp and my password is. Okay, at least now I can enter the here. Now let's just try with my iPhone. I'll turn the screen recording on from my iPhone and I'll go to the files. Come on, please work this time. I'm so desperate for it to work. Okay, we'll connect to the server. And actually my IP address remains the same, so oops. You guys now you guys know the password, but it's okay. So this is my home folder. It's good that I'm not seeing anything in Rasp. I'm seeing things here and it looks like that I might be having ability to write things as well, because it doesn't say read only this time. So we'll try out something. I'll just copy this thing here. Backups. I'm not sure whether this worked or not. Holy moly. I think it worked this time. But usually I have seen that sometimes it's working, it works for the first time and then it stops working altogether. So I'll disconnect it. I want to reconnect it Reconnect it. Okay. Uh-huh. Now it's failing. No, not failing. I'll dump a bigger file this time. And I'm also making a detailed guide on my blog so that you can follow along with me. Just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, because that actually helps quite a bit. And I'll maybe post a link to GitHub if that helps, or you can just copy the configuration file and you're good to go. So my next step is going to be maybe upgrade this entire setup to 2 or 3 thumb drives, or maybe a 1 or 2 TB hard drive, multiple hard drives maybe. Let's see how that goes. Of course, there are more solutions to this, but I really do not want to disturb my Pi whole setup, which is already working pretty good. I don't have that much time to take this entire thing out, reinstall the light version of Raspbian and whatnot. I don't want to go that way if this is working. So let's see, I'll keep you guys posted and we'll come up with something great next time. And if you have made it this far, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you have any questions, you can comment and I'll try to answer as many as possible.